Today I'll be talking about a 2011 release from the designer brand of Prada. This one is Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense. This follows on from the original Prada Amber Pour Homme that came out in 2006. Stay tuned to hear my thoughts. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Raj here. I hope all of you out there are well. So today I've got a review for you on a fragrance from Prada, the Italian designer brand. I've always been a fan of Prada fragrances. I think on the whole, they're pretty well made. Even when they make fragrances that aren't really my style, I can definitely appreciate the way that they've been put together. So definitely a house that I would recommend. And in today's review, I'll be taking a look at Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense. This is the reinterpretation of the original, and with this one they tried to add slightly darker elements to what was a relatively fresh fragrance. Okay, so the first place to start would be the note breakdown for this one. And in this version there is Somalian myrrh, Indonesian patchouli, Madagascan vanilla, bergamot and amber. I feel like this is a fragrance that is probably best in more evening scenarios. It has a formality to it. Obviously anyone can wear, fragrances whenever and wherever they like, but I still do feel like there are ideal places. It's got Pour Homme in the title, however I still feel like a woman could definitely pull this one off. And in terms of the performance, in terms of longevity, pretty good. I got, around that 12 to 15 hour range. It was really good in terms of the performance. I think the projection isn't a strong one. It's not going to fill up a room, but it creates a nice arm's length projection on my skin. So the main accords on my skin are, there is a powdery amber quality here. It's a little bit resinous. It is a touch smoky. I get a chalky crayon-like feel with this one, which sounds a little bit strange, smelling like a crayon, but when you add it into the entire blend, actually, it's pretty good. With this one, in terms of if I was to pick up on specific notes and how they come through on my skin, I get this warm amber vanilla that definitely comes through, which is a touch sweet, but a little more on the powdery side, I would say. The smokiness probably is coming from, presumably it's got to be the incense coming through, but I don't find this to be like a frankincense, or if you imagine like temple incense or church incense. It's not really along those lines. I think it's been blended in here nicely to create this overall earthy, smoky, sweet, resinous, ambery accord without anything sort of standing out too much. It's really well blended, that's for sure. Even though it's not listed in the note breakdown, there were oftentimes, when I thought, this feels like it contains some lavender in here, like a sweet kind of herbal accord. Also a touch of violet as well, like a violet leaf accord. It didn't say in the note breakdown, but that's the feeling I got. This fragrance has a lot of notes that you would call warm ingredients, or give you that feeling. It's not crisp, cool, icy, citrusy. It's more on the deeper, more heavier notes, but it never comes across as too dense. There is a lightness in the way that this fragrance has been put together. It doesn't become suffocating, overwhelming. It's nothing too intense, even though it has intense in the title. And I feel like it's more of a fragrance that is, I think it would be, even though I never wore it in really cold weather, I wore it in more springtime climate and worked really, really well. I imagine this fragrance would be excellent in the winter time, or when you're starting to transition into the winter time, you've got a jacket on, but it's not fully buttoned up because it's not that cold. Maybe you've got a scarf, but it's not freezing. And this is where I think Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense would perform really, really well. I was working off a 5 ml decant and really enjoyed wearing this over the past couple of months. It worked really, really well on my skin, and overall I think is a very nicely done fragrance. It's another great addition to Prada's lineup of fragrances. I'm thinking more on the men's side. Yeah, and it's definitely worth checking out. Some people have said that this is similar to one of my favorite fragrances, Tom Ford Noir, and I can see the similarities. I think they're probably mainly there in the opening, in this sweet, powdery, resinous, slightly smoky, slightly spicy feel, but I feel like they do then go on their different parts. They do become a lot different as the fragrance develops, and for me, Tom Ford Noir, I think it's a better fragrance. I think it has, I feel that the ingredients smell better to me, and also I feel like Noir is more smoother and rounded and has a more softer feel. But to be honest, both are excellent. And would I own both? Maybe, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't say that Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense is like high up on my to buy list, but it's definitely a fragrance that, yeah, I'd be happy to wear. It's really, really well made, and I'm gonna give it a rating of 8 out of 10. Guys, I'd love to hear from you. Please do let me know your thoughts if you're a fan or if you're not a fan. Drop a comment down below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.